Hi, I'm Ren Halverson, and Fearless really began in 1954 when I was 5 years old. I went to a school in Harlingen, Texas. There was a third grader that pushed a friend of mine, and the little girl did absolutely nothing to deserve that. And I saw it, and I went ballistic, and I tore the kid up. And really, from that point on, my life changed in terms of how I saw and reacted to people being bullied. And I protected them ever since that day when I went from school to school to school. My parents moved around a lot. My dad was a contractor. We went all over Texas and all over Florida and then moved back up toward New York and so forth and so on. But the point is, from that point on, I had a mission, and it was not to allow bullies to get away with hurting other people and pushing their intent upon people. Fearless began as a course in 1976 when one of my karate students in Boston was assaulted by a sexual predator. And she escaped by using her head, staying calm, actually kicking the man in the throat, so she acted decisively and then escaped, told me about the incident, and then from there I developed the program with help from law enforcement. I had a friend of mine who was a SWAT team leader in Boston that worked out in the martial arts with me, and he really helped facilitate the knowledge for me to actually begin to formulate a system based upon people that did not know how to defend themselves, weren't trained as martial artists, but could still be able to successfully escape from a predator. And the key to that is using neurological shock points, acting decisively, all the different ramifications that you're going to learn in the next chapter. It's a very different world now than it was in 1976 or 1954 or even 20 years ago when we did this DVD originally. Crime has escalated worldwide. Open borders, particularly in the United States on both our Canadian and Mexican borders, are allowing people in unvetted that many of them are criminals. And the tragedy of Lake and Riley is an example of that. There are many more such tragedies, and these tragedies could be avoided. This is not a political dissertation. This is about what's happening now in the United States and throughout the world, and why it's important for you to know how to deal with and how to defend yourself against criminals. Fearless has a long track record. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of people that I have trained, not only women and children, which is really what it was designed for initially, but also law enforcement, security personnel, any number of different groups, corporations. And the point is that the necessity to learn how to defend yourself really has to fall on you. It's your responsibility to learn it. This course is designed in a very easy fashion for you to learn a very efficient and a very effective way to deal with an assault. There are actually 3 different levels of instruction in Fearless. This introductory course, which is the springboard for the rest of the training. The second is how to effectively defeat someone who's wielding a knife or a club, a bat, that kind of a thing, an armed assailant. And the third is firearms training, which I don't teach, but which is taught by one of the world's greatest shooters as well as instructors. All that information is available on the website, and we want to be able to give you everything that you need, equip yourself in order to be able to successfully teach your family how to defend themselves, learn all about safety, and then learn about the actual technical aspects of how to defeat an attacker. One very dangerous element that we have seen in terms of violence is mob violence. We all remember the Antifa and BLM riots. We remember the de-escalation of the police and releasing of criminals while incarcerating people just trying to defend themselves. Mob rule and mob violence is similar to, in my opinion, a forest fire. As it builds, you get internal explosions that ramp it up, and as it grows in intensity, it almost becomes too much to even deal with. However, one thing I will recommend is the burner gun. It's BYRNA. And this gun is non-lethal. It is legal in all 50 states. There is no license required. It shoots a cartridge that, when it hits, actually releases mace, tear gas, and bear spray. And it'll knock somebody out for 30 minutes at least. So that's a good situation to have in case anybody attacks you or your family, or in the case of a mob, where the one thing you can stop a mob is when the leaders fall down, you know. And if you have a group of 10, 20, 30, 40 people moving your way, and they are obviously violent, then you can shoot 2 or 3 of these capsules directly into that foray. It doesn't kill anybody, but it'll knock them down, and it'll knock them down for half an hour, minimum. When the people behind that see what's going on, they're not going to hang around. They're going to disperse like rats in a trap. So the burner gun is a very, very good item that has just recently come out. That's why I'm talking about it right now and recommend it. This course is designed to go step by step. It's going to do that. We're going to start it right after this. But I wanted to, again, preempt you with the fact that it's important, never more important in my opinion, to equip yourself and your family with the knowledge to be able to really deal with an attack, and the whole mindset behind safety, developing awareness, and all the different drills that this will actually teach you. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.